never lied where I came from. Texas had its place for me to find a home deep in my soul. I must know the world as a whole.
Hi, I'm Karma, this is Wiley Ross, and we are the Train Station Junkies, and this is our song, Other Side.
Take me there, bathe me in blue waters, blue like the ocean in your eyes, crystal clear like our sons and daughters, purified by Christ when he died. No, I'm gonna kick rocks, headed home, sun beating down on these poor bones. Don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't shed a little tear for this poor soul, bound and determined to make it home. I see you, see you, see you, see you on the other side. So they think they have broken my will, or at least that's what they say. No, oh no, there's a will, there's a way, yeah. My soul will not perish today, no. I'm gonna kick rocks, headed home, sun beating down on these poor old bones. Don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, don't shed a little tear for this poor soul, bound and determined to make it home. I see you, see you, see you, see you on the other side. Oh no.
Don't shed a little tear for this poor soul, I'm bound and determined to make it home.
Take me down, bathe me in blue waters, crystal clear, just like the souls of our sons and daughters. I say, take me down, bathe me in blue waters, crystal clear, just like the souls of our sons and daughters. I say, I'm gonna kick rocks, headed home, sun beating down on these poor old bones. But don't you, don't you, don't you, don't you, oh no, we don't shed a little tear for this poor soul, bound and determined to make it home. I see you, see you, see you, see you on the other side.
Hi, I'm Carol Coburn, and this is Creative's Cornerstone. This week, we have back in the studio Karma Montagne and Wiley Ross. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello. So for those of you that may not know, maybe you've recently found Creative's Cornerstone and you're now a fan, become a super fan and hit subscribe. Anyway, we had these guys back in, many moons ago, back when we had just begun this endeavor. And so we were kind of sitting in the dark and kind of muffled with our sound. And we wanted to have you back in twofold. First, to make it more enjoyable and represent you the best way we possibly can. And then, of course, catch up with all of the incredible things that you guys have been doing all over Austin.
Man, I'm trying to.
Oh, man. I mean, you guys have like roller skates on your feet.
Well, I don't think that we could possibly top the enjoyment that we did have on that last show. But thank you for having us back for sure. And yeah, the calendar, which I try to employ when I have time to actually look at it or write something down, has been very, very energetic. So, which is great because all of a sudden when things slow down, you start to overthink everything instead of just flowing with all the gratitude and grace that you can muster.
But also, it's really, really important when you are living life in the fast lane like that. I mean, whatever that lane looks like for you is to be able to still step back, embrace the moment, and experience what you're doing. Yeah. Instead of rushing to the next thing.
I'd say it's the HOV lane.
I love that you said that. Yeah. That's right, because it takes a team.
Yeah, yeah.
It takes a team to ride it in the HOV lane.
Yeah, yeah.
HOV lane.
Yeah, you know what the HOV lane is? Seriously? Like, when you're driving like Dallas or something, or even in Austin, where they have the lane that's blocked off that you can take.
Are you talking about the toll road?
No, the one where it has to be 2 or more people.
Yeah, 2 or more people. Car. It encourages carpooling, and so it's oftentimes a lot faster. But
HOV.
Yeah, people will actually have mannequins or have different things set in their passenger seat to make it look like they have something.
Because they take pictures, and you'll get a ticket if there's just one driver.
Yeah. Yeah, so I like to think that we're living in the HOV lane.
Yeah, because it takes a party.
It doesn't quite have the same ring as the Eagles song, but it's not far off.
What does HOV stand for? I mean, we're really getting off.
But I think that's an important question, actually, because I've used the HOV lane, especially in Dallas, since I was a teenager. But and I've always wondered what it stood for.
I think it would have to be vehicles would be one of the.
Right.
Yes,
I can tell you what HOA stands for.
Yeah, no, I know what HOA stands for.
HOAs.
HOAs.
Yes, yes.
Wiley's going to be the president of the HOA Association.
So this is funny. So the other day.
Are you striving to? Are you?
Well, maybe actually. I don't know. But the other day I was doing this mural, this basketball court for the HBCU in San Antonio, and real quick, interesting story. So we didn't realize how big of a deal it is, but the march that they have, like San Antonio has the largest, 300,000. It's the largest in the whole
the annual Million
U.S.
Man March.
Yeah, annual Million Man March.
MLK March.
The MLK, and they all converge at the end of it. It ends right on that basketball court where it's painting. So I didn't know this, and so as he's telling me about this, about Martin Luther King and everything, and like I looked down and I was doing this collage piece, and I looked down and the magazine I'm holding has Martin Luther King on the front, and I'm like, oh my God, the synchronicity. So I ended up painting that picture on the basketball court, and they didn't know I was going to do that, and so I did that. But then I looked at the magazine again the next day, and I was like, what was the date that we started this? And she's like, April 7th, and I look at the date on it. It's a Rolling Stone from April 7th, 1988. No joke.
April 7th.
And so, but here's the funny thing.
Oh, I've got goosebumps all the way down to between my toes.
Yeah,
okay?
And so like I'm up there, and they had me do like a speech. I had no idea that I was gonna have to speech, but I'm on the program for 2-minute speech, and like the chamber or the treasurer was the
head of Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah,
the commissioner of San Antonio, city commissioner.
Yeah, and then the guy, this gentleman that ran for mayor, he didn't get it, but he ran. But they're all there, and so they're all lined up on this panel, and then there's me, and I'm wearing like a Soundgarden shirt and like cut off jean shorts, and I just been mowing the lawn to try to make it look better, and so they didn't even know that I was on the painted. But so I'm sitting there, and I think this speech went well. But my point is, I was joking around with the gentleman that ran for mayor, and I was like, hey, I was thinking about getting into politics, and he goes, oh, you totally should. And I was like, well, I was thinking about starting with the HOA as a joke, and he goes, well, that's where I got my start. And I was like, for real? I was like, you can really do that? And
but seriously, that's your step in, and then you start gaining the experience
and start pardoning everybody.
The background understanding of how those things work and why so many people go in with ideas and maybe can't move forward.
I went to high school, so I totally know how politics works. But like, that is,
I went to high school too, but I didn't tune into politics until I got to Texas.
High school, man. I look at high school as like prison without the bars.
Game of Thrones.
Well, prison without the bars and the sexual assault. And
so like you didn't go to my high school.
You didn't go to the right ones.
Where everybody would duck in the car and I'd wave hi to the dean as we left at lunchtime to go out to the mall.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I remember that, skipping lunch to go like Taco Bell or something. You know, and that's something too, is everyone's, you take that for granted that whenever you had your youth behind you. Like when I say behind you, I mean like as a force that's pushing you forward. Like everything's still new. Like you haven't become, bitter or jaded by life. You have this sort of wild-eyed,
That's the secret is at this stage, or as you progress through life,
is finding that,
that's why I often joke, there aren't as many firsts the older you get.
That's right. Okay. Carol, I was just saying that.
So you really have to embrace as they come, and not necessarily, they aren't always positive first.
No.
But they're learning first.
Yeah.
And that's what our youth is all about the learning. Yeah. And then we embrace those moments.
Yeah.
We need to continue to do that through life.
Because the only difference is, like, all of a sudden you get grown and now you're like, I know it all.
Well, think about
I have enough information that I can now coast through this.
I never had that attitude, but
you pretend to stop learning, but life is still throwing new things at you.
Think about this. Think how many times your mind, when you're a kid, how many times your mind gets blown. And you totally take it for granted. Like the first time I heard Smells Like Teen Spirit or Purple Haze, and I was like, what is this sounds? And it totally changed my world. But as a kid, that happens a lot. And as you get older, it's slowly but surely, they get far and fewer between. And so like you kind of vicariously live through, your kid, as far as that goes. But
that's the beauty in kids, because it gives you permission to revisit those feelings and those things.
In my mind, you are my kid right now, because here's the thing. Watching you experience new things that you're not even I think that sometimes we forget we're having the experience as we get older for whatever reason.
It's because we're always worried about the next thing.
Because you're talking about your mind being blown, and I've watched your mind be blown so many times in the last few years. Because they're like mini epiphanies that then create change in how you see the entire world.
That is the creative in him, and how that just,
I think you don't see it as much as
latches onto things, and you see things in a different way.
Yeah.
Creatively, and so those paths, they light up for you, and then if we're lucky enough, we can hang on and follow you down that path and see your vision and where you're going.
Because using someone else's filter as well, so being able to see through someone else's filter creates a whole new experience. And then travel. I'm so excited by the fact that you have not left the country, to really look and see, because
there's so much to see here.
Everything is mind-blowingly brand new, and you will be absolutely stunned by how different the experience is in person than what you would think of, planning a vacation or something.
Well, I remember when I went to New York, I was over there doing an art thing, and I really loved their streets, because it was like Sesame Street, like the set of Sesame Street with the stoops and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was so nostalgic to me.
Avenue A, Avenue B.
Yeah, and you're walking down there, and it had this sort of, because I fell in love with I'll fall in love with different time periods, like the late 70s and early 80s of New York, when it was real dirty and but something about, because the music that came out of that time period, and then also Seattle in the 90s, and everything. And so sometimes I'll like YouTube, just footage that people have taken driving around at a certain time period, like in the early 90s in Austin, and I'll just put that on and just watch it, because or I'll watch like blocks of commercials from when I was a kid, like in Saturday morning cartoons. They just have blocks of commercials, and it's just like this nostalgic sort of, I guess, a flux capacitor, or a time DeLorean that you can kind of go back and live in that time period.
Well, that's because we've grown with our technology, and we're able to appreciate. I love that you make the effort to go back and step in those shoes and behind the wheel or in the passenger side of the car that's driving around, seeing that. You mentioned how dirty it was in the 70s and 80s in New York. Well, we weren't as consciously aware and conservative as we are with the environment.
No,
so everything was pretty dirty in the 70s.
Yeah.
The sides of the roads were pretty dirty in the 70s.
That's what I heard, yeah.
There was a reason why, the hitchhiker rules came.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the serial killing.
Everybody
and the
was
murders.
hitchhiking.
Because
everybody
not everybody was dying, but there was a lot of bodies found.
Yeah.
So anyway, folks, we have this is experiencing karma and Wiley. I haven't even shared with you what they do, who they are.
We're just these random people that we found.
Just have the best conversations, and I'm so glad that you're with us today to be able to enjoy them. Now, Wiley is an artist, visual artist. Painter isn't even close to a creator.
Okay. Yeah.
And
it's better than some of the names that I'm called.
I'm using what I think of, Wiley. I can't speak to all the other people, but and there was an iconic. This is going to chase you to long after you're gone.
I fully embrace that.
Used to be an iconic Willie Nelson wall in Austin, and for those of you, maybe you watch Jimmy Kimmel, that he would feature that wall when he was in South by Southwest or when he was here for South by Southwest. That would be the little card that he put up for his show at commercials. And then there was a fire. Was it last year?
It was a couple years ago.
No,
was it last year?
It was early last year.
It seems like they didn't waste any time in knocking the building down. I mean, so they were tearing down the building. It was it burned, and all the windows were knocked out, and it really wasn't contributing much to the ambiance of the neighborhood. Which, let's face it. I mean, it's across the street from the homeless shelter.
Yeah.
But this beauty was there, and then it was gone. They took it apart, and everybody in Austin felt that brick by brick. I think that it was so sad, the videos that I saw of you on site as they were tearing it down. It twisted my heart to see when you're watching something that you birthed, that you painted, that you did, being taken apart by machinery and knocked down into a pile of rubble.
Well, I gotta be honest with you.
We didn't even know.
Yeah, we didn't.
That was happening.
Yeah, we didn't know that was the day that it was gonna happen. So we pulled up, and it was about halfway demolished. But I didn't think that it was gonna bother me at all. I really didn't, because I don't have an attachment to my work really, and unless it's a picture of my kid or something, But I didn't think it was bothering me, but it did. It was surreal in nature, just the experience of watching that, oh my God, but the good thing was, once it would be associated with Pluto in astrology, because Pluto destroys to make way for something new. And so and once it was destroyed, it turned out even better, because now, I did it on the building right next door, and now
we were getting, that was the segue to the next thing. That was devastating. It was sad. It was awful. And then it made room for the new, the Willie 2.0. We'll make sure that we insert a picture at this point so that everybody can see what we're talking about. But it truly is 2.0. I mean, it not only... the first one was that it wasn't small by any means, but I'm about ready to tell you that it was a small mural on the side of this building. And then Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're going to do for her, but so, and now it's the entire length of this building that's next door.
Yeah, $7,000.
$7,000.
And funny enough, Karma got us a residency there. So from every Monday night, from 8 to 10, we play there in the building where I painted the Willie Nelson mural on, and it's tripped out, and so it's kind of cool. And what's funny is I did all the lettering in the bathrooms and their address of that building years ago.
Yeah, it was one of his first little jobs.
Isn't that wild? Like
it's
deja
funny,
vu, but kind of on steroids.
It's kind of like you're artistically, marking your territory or urinating artistically.
Oh, and speaking of urinating artistically, so now, the new mural, I like the fact that it's Willie Nelson. Janis will have her own mural as well, but it's just Willie, because one thing that, because Wiley was hiring some of the homeless community to paint.
Yes, we're going to cover all of that. The fact that you didn't just repaint this. You didn't just go down there and bring your paint. Which, by the way, folks, this mural was painted with spray paint.
Yeah, with all spray paint.
Spray paint.
In hindsight, I probably could have been more. I could have rolled some of that sky on, but I don't know why I chose not to do that.
And he's noticing something, and it's swish with a can and creating even more. I mean, it was yeah. You could have rolled that sky on.
Yeah, or you had Eddie.
I even had that color, but you're like, I want to do it
consistency,
very consistent.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Well, so
they're downtown, in the middle of downtown Austin, recreating, laying the groundwork even, and only karma can turn a parking lot into a little bohemian living room.
Yeah, it was. It looked like a bohemian bodega, like
spread carpet. She brought the
It's amazing what a carpet and a few chairs will do. Yeah, beanbags.
And they're inviting everybody. We went down and spent an evening down there. Brought a cooler with some. Remember we brought tamales and some beer.
Really good tamales.
And I mean, it was wild that you have the vibe of the city going on. You've got Wiley over there doing his creating on the, and you're
people dropping off things for the homeless because we wanted to give out.
And so let's talk about that moment. Okay, so you knew you were going to be doing this painting. You were commissioned to do this painting, and you didn't just stop there and say, okay, I'll get the paint, I'll do this. You engaged the entire community in the endeavor. I mean, you opened up the parking lot by setting up a living room.
Yeah.
And inviting the community, everybody down to visit and be part of. And then it's kitty-cornered from the homeless shelter. And so tell us about the painting experience of this Willie Point 2.
Any time like that, then it happened this kind of last time too, but a lot this time where, some of the cats on there, they'll see that you're working and they'll, they're like, hey man, you need work done. And so we met we employed a couple of them. We met this gentleman named Eddie, who he was man, this dude worked hard, and he also cleaned up some of the bars down there after hours and stuff. But and he would sleep in the lift to make sure that nobody took it. And like he had a room at the Ark, the shelter thing. But we got to be friends and everything. And I mean, he rolled on 80% of that primer. Like and he was always down there working. And it was funny too the way he talked, because you couldn't quite understand what he said. He talked real low, but he just rolled that primer on. And we got to where we were very friendly with him and everything. And his daughter. Actually, and his name's on the mural wall under the special thanks.
Oh,
so we put all a lot of people, and we're gonna add your name in there too. No, for real.
It's okay.
Oh, no, absolutely will. No, I'd like to do that for you.
Tell the story.
But his daughter got me a shirt. And gave me this. So whenever I came back one of the days, he's like, "Hey, my daughter to say thanks got you this shirt," and it moves me to almost to tears. But yeah, it was this shirt, and I just thought that was so cool. And so I like that type of stuff. It means a lot to me.
You guys move through the Austin area sprinkling this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean. That's just one example of your community engagement. I mean, let's talk about some of your other things that you do. You're beautifying bus stops, and you are the puppet shows.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Well, right now I got the kids now like that. These.
We have new neighbors. So we have a new batch of neighbors. The last batch of neighbors, we just Wiley got ordained, and we just had a wedding in our backyard.
I saw this. Oh my gosh, it was so fabulous.
And and those were for some of our
two neighborhood
best
kids,
friends that started out as the neighborhood kids, and we've known them for 5 years. They've been coming in and out, and then they turned 18. And
we need to slow the roll here for just a moment. Are y'all catching this? You got ordained. So you could marry the neighbors.
Yeah, there are these two kiddos that, and here's the thing, like these two, especially Luca, it was, man, this kid, a little street rat, and just a
out
punk
and
kid,
stealing stuff, but be a smart ass.
But this kid, brilliant kid, and will one day be one hell of a leader, like, you know, for the good or the bad, but it's good.
So we wanted to put our influences for the good.
And so and we think we have, because now he's got like 2-3 jobs, and he just got married to Lo, and who's been his sweetheart for a long time, and we have them watch the house when we leave, and they're just. We think so much of them, and they're Luke is the kiddo of our buddy down the street, Zane, and so but now they've got their own place, and so they're not around anymore. Well, we just get these neighbors that move directly right behind me where Malia lived.
Yeah, my daughter moved out,
Oh,
and of the house
well
behind
then you
us.
need to get real close with those guys, because you have the whole commune set up.
Well, here's the thing. It didn't take long. There's 5 of them on the porch yesterday.
These kids. So like I'm outside. Me and my mom are outside the other night, hanging out there doing something, and these kids walk by, and I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, these kids are gonna vandalize something, you know. Thinking to myself, and I go, hey, what's up, fellas? And they go, oh, hey, what's up? And they go, hey, did you do that painting? And I was like, yeah. And I started talking to them, and I was like, that's what I do for a living. And they're like, oh, really? And they came up there.
And they said, oh, we got somebody famous living behind us?
They had me paint. Like, one kid's like, could you do this for my little sister? And it was a Hello Kitty thing. And I was like, yeah. And I told my mom, I was like, Mom, take a picture of this with your phone, because I was like, I'm not getting these kids' numbers. I don't want to be known as the guy that's getting kids' numbers around there. You know, I was like, Mom, take a picture of this. So she takes a picture of the Hello Kitty thing, and then the other kid's like, could you do these Jordans? And showed me a picture of Jordans. So that night, I'm up, and I'm like,
He stayed up all night.
I stayed up all night doing these 3 paintings for these kids, because I'm like,
And then sure enough, they show up knocking
on the door
the next morning.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm thinking I'm gonna have to start ducking these kids like I owe them money, you know, like because kids they just come around, and I'm like,
you know what I think you need to give them a little piece of Wiley and say, you know what, you guys are awesome. If you want to come hang out, that's cool. Divert and distract.
Oh no, I do that all the time. Like, but I can't. It's funny because like they show and they
now
love.
they're going to bring their friends.
Well, they love the paint. They did. They love the paintings, and then so the next day they show up with the little sister, and I did the Hello Kitty painting for which I also and you can see me on the Ring camera, where I'm like where's you guys' folks at? Because I go like this. I go. You know, I've got a 13-year-old daughter, and if some random guy was giving them paintings around the neighborhood, I was like, I'd be like, what the hell is this guy doing? You know? And I was like, where are you folks at? And they're like, we're at the house. I was like, okay, me and Karma are going to come over there and just introduce ourselves and let them know, like, you know, what's going on. And so, but they asked me to come. They're like, so they wanted to do this Michael Jordan 23 thing, and I was like, yeah, I can do that. And then you see one kid go, can you do this picture? And it's him. It's his football picture. I go, well, it's going to take me a little more time, but yeah, I can do it too, because I can't say no to the kids.
Oh my
and so,
goodness!
Like,
I was so proud of the fact that he wanted a self-portrait.
Yeah.
Because what pride he must have in what he's doing. You know, like that was moving to me.
And you see me open the door, like, because I'm like, I need help with these kids, like, out there. And so you see me open the door and go, Karma, and like, and she's in the shower, and like,
oh my God, that's so cute.
But yeah, but I you know, but they wanted to watch me do the painting and stuff.
Sure.
And so, you know, and absolutely, but it's funny because I'll focus, like I put more energy into those 3 paintings, I think, than some paintings are.
Yeah, sometimes Wiley's not known for his turnaround time on commissions, but, which is fine. But
I couldn't disappoint these
kids.
This
one, it was exciting because it is like. It's what an opportunity to make, you know, an impact young.
Like
Have you closed the fence yet?
Oh yeah, we closed the fence. Yeah.
So here's the thing, and I want it open, but so
they're going to grow.
I know. Well, I saw them the other day, and they'd gotten home earlier from school, and they were locked out, and they were in the backyard, and they're like waiting for Mom, who was just running a few minutes behind, I guess. And I saw them, and I was like, man, taking some waters, and then I had to go back taking some popsicles, and you know, and just kind of introduce myself, because the impact that it had on my life with Luca and with Zenley and Knox, which are the younger siblings. Zenley had hens, and so we started a little egg business. Zenley make business cards.
That kid is a worker, man. She's a Capricorn, and that kid is going to go far in business. Like she's out there we were doing our garage sale. She's out there holding the sign up. You know, she might as well be flipping it out.
Zenley was the only person, even in that family, that wanted to help with the garage sale. And just like, so can you pay me $10 for the day? And I'm like, yes, absolutely. I'll probably pay you more. And I was like, Zinley, go pick out all your Mother's Day gifts, like whatever gifts you need. Like you can take all of that.
She's
stuff.
riding her little bike with her pink backpack on, like she's like in the Babysitter's Club solving mysteries and stuff. It was adorable.
Yeah, but it's like,
the impact that you have on these kids' lives. I mean, you
and the
are
impact they have on
becoming
ours.
one of the threads in the tapestry, right? I mean, and like you said, with the ones that you married, the respect that you show and that you give, you don't realize the impact that has in their self-worth and realizing I am worthy of the respect.
Oh, absolutely.
I think I can do this.
Yeah.
I think
feel
I can
like
do this.
It was a fun thing to do, and it was a rewarding thing, and they deserved it. But also, that's exactly right. When somebody sees you and
sees you. Yeah.
And then take steps to show you that they see you. And provide an opportunity.
They want to make you proud too. I mean, it starts out by wanting to do that for someone else.
Yeah.
And then they grow into
Well, and that stuff's contagious.
Breeds gratitude and then right back around. Like that's the cycle. That's the cycle I want to live in.
Yeah, and it costs nothing to change somebody's day for the better.
Nothing.
It costs absolutely nothing to do, and it's the coolest feeling. Like I'm a junkie for that. Like I love that so much, and I think that the more you do it, the more other people have an opportunity to do it, and kind of it sort of
the smallest things. Yesterday I ran to the HEB to get a couple of things, and I was there for like an hour and a half, and I was like, oh my God, come on, you have to get home, you got all these things. And then I catch myself, can I get that for you? Somebody on a scooter, and here, let me hold, is there something, I realized I am the reason I am still in this store for an hour and a half. It isn't because, and our HEB has been such a hot mess. It's been awful. A lot of people bashing it because they're reconstructing. And I felt the need to tell everybody, behind the deli counter and behind the big, you guys have turned this hell experience into the most incredible thing. It is so beautiful now. Thank you. Just because that's what you want to do.
Dude, that's what I love doing. Is whenever
it takes nothing.
I get if I'm eating when we go eat someplace and sometimes even if the food isn't all that great but I just I'll stop the waitress and be like, hey, can you do me a favor? And you can see on her face, she's like, oh no, what is he gonna say? And I go, can you just tell them that the food is really good? And you see their face completely change. And like, oh yeah, absolutely.
They don't hear that.
Yeah, man, and it's so great. I love that stuff so much. It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, I think the quote unquote bougiest thing that Wiley does, and it's not bougie, it's just considerate, is every now and then. He'll send money back to the chef and to the cooking crew and say, my compliments to the chef. That was incredible. Thank you so much. And that is actually considered something that bougie people do.
For real?
Yeah, it's one thing to tip your waitress and the front forward facing, but to take to go back into the back and show your appreciation is a lot more rare these days.
I heard Larry Bird would do that. No joke. Yeah.
That just came at me from nowhere. I'm in my head thinking, Jeremiah does that. Yeah. Jeremiah will count out the last of his change to give it to somebody. And then you came up with Larry Bird.
He's in the company of a great. Larry Bird was cold as ice, dude.
Yeah.
He was no joke, man.
Not known for his, he was popular people's skills.
A quick side note on Larry Bird. Larry Bird would tell. This is how good this dude was, and how just a killer he was. On the floor, he would tell the other team exactly what he was going to do. So he would right before the play happened. He'd go, they're going to throw it to me right over here, and I'm going to shoot it from right there. And he would literally do that exact thing and just nail it. And I mean.
They were forewarned.
They couldn't do anything, and he would go in there and he would tell them exactly how many points he was going to get in the game, and he'd go out and do it. He was just. I got goosebumps. Larry Bird was no joke, and the funny thing was, he looks like a bird. If you think about it, he does. He
is kind of beakish.
Yeah, very good beak, but man, that dude was cold as ice.
He spoke it into existence. Words are spells.
Yeah.
You speak it out loud. You create the energy for it, and then that's what you attract, whether good or bad.
Yeah.
Y'all, we have. There was so much. You're gonna have to come back because there's so much more. But I still need you to hear them perform, because not only do they put all of this goodness, sprinkling it all over the place, they also create the most incredible music. And I do challenge you to go back to our holiday show, our Christmas show. And I invited several indie artists into the studio. The only stipulation, they needed to be not only wonderful, but they all are. They needed to have an original Christmas song. And these two show up, and they're like, and apparently they'd been rehearsing something for a bit, and Wiley says, we're going to improv. We're going to improv. We're going to do this Christmas song about the Christmas story.
Yeah.
And we're going to, and oh my God, you slayed. It was
Thank
so
you. Hey, no pun intended, you know.
freaking awesome.
That's awesome.
And yeah, so I challenge you to go back and look at our holiday show from season 1. Meanwhile, we are going to have to stop, which is so hard. So hard, because I love these guys so much. And we're going to get them on here so that they can get mic'd up and at least perform a couple of songs for you. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
We love you too, Carol.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where'd you come from? Where you going next?
Hey, Karma, Wiley. Hey, just caught you in the makeup room. So I was wondering if you, I don't know, can you tell me a joke?
Yeah, I can tell you a joke. What do you call a singing computer?
No clue.
Adele.
Nice.
Did you hear about the TV repairman that got married?
No.
No.
The wedding was okay, but the reception was amazing.
No, baby, it's did you hear about the two antennas that got married on the rooftop? The wedding was okay, but the reception was perfect.
That's really good. You guys, we're going to see you out on the set. We're going to see you on the set in a minute.
This song is called. Thank you. This song is called.
Soul shine.
Soul Shine. That's right.
Everybody, let your soul shine.
I can feel it in the pit of my stomach, baby. I can feel it rise up and course through my veins. Every little thing I ever wanted to be, every little thing I ever had inside of me, I see it in your soul. I see it in your soul. I see your soul shine all the time. I see your soul glow more than you will ever know. I see your soul rise up on those front lines. I see your soul shine when it's mine. Nothing could ever compare to the way I feel when I am with you. Rolling or shuffling on down the street. Hold you in my arms late at night. Lord, it's a miracle that we ever meet. I see it in your soul. I see it in your soul. I see your soul shine all the time. I see your soul glow more than you will ever know. I see your soul rise up on those front lines. I see your soul shine when it's mine. Did you ever want to be everything that you thought that you could? Take my hands, yeah, we're headed to the valley. Yeah, we're going back home. Mark the trail with some breadcrumbs, baby. Don't you know they'll be looking for? Take my hand, keep my head, yeah, I'm falling. I think I'm falling for you.
This song's called I Can Love You Like a Real Man.
Yeah.
Where the light hurts my eyes, I don't really go outside, but I will love you any way that I can. Oh no, 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 like a real man. I'll get by on my own, then I'll roll from town to town like a stone. But I will love you any way that I can. Oh no, like a real man. I said I will love you any way that I can. No, 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 like a real man. As I fade into the unknown, wash ashore on the beach of your bones. As I fade into the unknown, washed ashore on the beach of your bones. I said, well, I will love you any way that I can. Oh no, like a real man. I will love you any way that I can. No, 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 like a real man. All right. Co? Yes, go, yeah. All right, this song's called Co. Well, nothing's wrong, but nothing's right. I'm staying out tonight. Gonna call the mayor, call your mama too, 'cause I'm stealing you. I can't stand to know that you ain't mine no more. I can't stand to learn about you all the time. You ain't mine. At the bottom of a bottle is where I spend my time, drinking you off my mind. No matter what I do, I can't kill these blues, and I can't kill you. I can't stand to know that you ain't mine no more. I can't stand to learn about you all the time. Oh, I said I can't stand to know that you ain't mine no more. I can't stand to learn about you all the time. You ain't mine. Broken hearted underneath the pale blue moon, driving myself crazy with thoughts about you, thoughts about you, yeah. Gonna call the mayor, call your mama too, 'cause I'm headed straight for you. Thank you.
I'm gonna get you.
This one's called Cannibal Farm.
Apologies to the vegans.
Sun does shine on a warm summer's day. You just seem to have lost your way. Fate would have it you found a farm, pigs in the bin and a smell in the bar. So you wanna run up all lost and confused, nothing in your pockets and nothing to lose. Little old lady answers with a grin, sizes you up and invites you on in. Where they pick up your bones, bleach them all clean, sell them downtown at the carnival scene. $3 a head, $2 a nom, all up there at the Cannibal Farm. Huh. Smell of death about a mile away. Dead flesh are rotten and a ripe decay. Hang you in the barn with the odds and ends. Drag you to the kitchen when the dinner begins. Where they pick up your bones, bleach them all clean. Sell them downtown at the carnival scene. $3 a head, $2 an arm. All up there at the cannibal farm. Chopping in the blade till it sparkles and shines. Good enough tomatoes and a pouring red wine. Beaking in the kitchen cause it got fresh meat. Eating up the grill cause it's a time to eat. I said to pick up your bones, bleach them all clean. Sell them downtown at the carnival scene. $3 a head, $2 an arm. All up there at the cannibal farm.
That one's for you, Rob Zombie.
just gone, and I'm weightless. Shadows from the sun protect my likeness. Do you feel it? It's like a lightness. It's coming on you. You're gonna like it now. Yo, you ain't gone yet. Just somewhere distant. There's something different, different here. Yo, you ain't gone yet. Just somewhere distant. There's something different, different here. My fight is on, and I'm frightless. I'm a falling sun. You know I got this. Do you feel it? It's like a lightness. It's coming on you. You're gonna like it now. Yeah, we ain't gone yet. Just somewhere distant. There's something different, different here. Yeah, we ain't gone yet. Just somewhere distant. There's something different, different here.
Wiley, Karma, thank you so much for being in the studio today. It is always so much fun. Oh my gosh. I feel like we didn't even scratch the surface of what I wanted to, because I was having so much fun just chatting with you guys.
Absolutely. Same with us.
I'm going to hand that to you. So can you tell everybody where to find more about you and
Absolutely.
stuff?
Yes, absolutely. So we're the Train Station Junkies musically. Hashtag Train Station Junkies. We're on Spotify, Apple, all the things. Train Station is one word, to clarify. Also, WileyRoss.com. And that's just WileyRoss.com. That'll lead you to everywhere you need to be to find us. Instagram links and everything. So, oh yeah.
Oh, one more time. Here, Wiley.
And I would just like to say, it costs nothing to change somebody's day for the better. It's a little daily PSA right there for you.
Words to live by, folks. Till next time. Bye.
We hope your new realtor plays drums in a band. We hope your new dentist is its front man. We hope live music always makes you proud. Just don't call the cops if you think it's too loud. South by South by South by Southwest. We hope you like it so much you'll move here just like the rest of us non-native Texans.